Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard and today we're out here in the back nine of Holston Creek Gold trying to beat 18 over par. If you haven't seen the front nine, I appreciate if you went back and watched that. Speaking of the front nine, two things I want to talk about real quick with how I played in the front nine. First thing I noticed after going back and watching the footage was I was making a lot of compounding mistakes where instead of just letting go of the idea of a par on a certain hole, I would just still try and push, even though this course will punish you if you try and push for strokes and fail. So going into this round, I definitely want to make sure that I just kind of let off the gas pedal a little bit, relax. Obviously, like I've said before, this is the back nine, so it's a little bit easier. There's a lot more parable holes, but as y'all know, if you've seen the series before, there are some holes out here that will really punish you, 15 and 17 especially. The second thing was my forehand was not very good. And just to kind of avoid that, stay away from it as much as I can, I'm going to set two rules for myself. Only going to be doing standstill forehands, no run-ups, none of that. That definitely felt like that was messing with me a little bit. And the only discs I'm going to be forehanding are going to be my approach discs and maybe either the Thunderbird or the Chainbreaker, and that's going to be in very rare situations where I can only throw forehands. So hopefully that'll help me out during this round, but right now we're on hole 10. This one's a par 3, 380 feet. You can see the basket straight ahead. Biggest thing to pay attention to is we're going slightly downhill the whole way. So off the tee, any mistakes I make are going to get exaggerated. But all I'm really going to try and do is just push a fairway driver down there as far as I can. Hopefully have it easy up and down for par, and we'll get out here with par. Just sit, don't cut roll. Okay, dang, if that was a little bit higher, that would have been really good, but right there in the middle, shouldn't be too bad. Get a little skip. Okay, that's fine, we can make that. There we go. And if you notice the camera angles look a little weird during this video, that's mainly because I'm trying to keep my phone in the shade as much as possible because it's going to be hot today and my phone's probably going to overheat, so I'm going to try and keep that from happening as much as possible. So I'm just going to try and keep you on the shade as much as possible. Alright guys, we're on hole 11. This one's a par 4, 625 feet. From off the tee, we're trying to go straight for about 450 feet. Then once you get through this gap, you can see kind of straight in front of us, the fairway slowly bends off to the right till eventually we're going out into the open, which is way off to the right, with this one being the famous mailbox hole. But off the tee, we're really just trying to throw something out there and either be straight ahead in the middle of the fairway or off to the left in these trees you can see. The farther left you are, the more it opens up the angle to progress down the fairway. If you're off to the right, it just really pinches you off and makes it really difficult. I don't know if you can really tell on camera or not, but we are going slightly uphill. So I'm gonna go with something a little bit less stable than I normally would throw, but I still wanna go with something that's either gonna finish just straight or a little left. That'll be really good. That should still be in the fairway. Yeah, so probably gonna have to throw a forehand, so we'll see how that goes, but that's a really good spot. Okay, so we ended up in a really good spot, but like I said, we're gonna have to go forehand for this second shot, which isn't gonna be bad. Really just gotta get through this gap, finish right. Anything close to the split tree you can see straight in front of us will be perfectly fine. I'll probably have to throw another forehand into the green from there, but we'll be close enough to where that shouldn't be an issue. Main thing is just have to stand still, hit it flat, just be smooth. I don't know. I rolled my wrist on that one, but I'm really not too bad about doing that. That should be okay though. We can manufacture something from there. Oh, golly. That time I meant to throw on an Anheuser, but I ripped it over. Dang it. All right, so I just got y'all set up so you can see the basket. So hopefully you'll see a disc come flying in from the left side of your screen towards the basket. All right, guys, we're on hole 12. This one's a par 3, 420 feet. I don't think you can see the basket, but it's literally just dead straight ahead. Biggest thing we gotta do on this hole is hit this gap off the tee. If we can get through there, the par's basically guaranteed, but if we don't make it through the gap, bogey can come into play pretty quick. Looks like everything's kind of grown in, so the ceiling's got a little bit lower. I think I'm still gonna go with the distance driver, but I'm not gonna go with anything that's gonna have any turn to it. Oh, dang it, I'm throwing an Anheuser. Kick out. Dang it, that's gonna be bad. Okay, so luckily we got kind of kicked backwards, so I'm not up against that tree. But best play I'm gonna have really is just to stand still. Just gotta get this a little bit of angle. Hopefully have it just drift right the whole way and kind of push up there. Okay, so luckily we got through all that stuff and got over here to where I'm probably a little over 100 feet out. I do have a line just straight at the basket, but I think, yeah, I'm gonna go out to the right, just trying to bend it around. So this should give me at least open putt. Kick left. Holy crap. All right, well, what does that put us at? 15 over, I believe. So, still doable. Still very doable. I'm just gonna have to play a lot better than I wanted it to. I mean, I probably will need to get a birdie or two just to kind of pad my score a little bit going into the last, especially 15 and 17, but not in crisis mode yet. We're still fine. All right, guys, so we're on hole 13. This one's a par 3, 365 feet. Basket's up this way through this gap, tucked way off to the left and slightly uphill. Really what we're trying to do is just take an overstable distance driver, push it through the gap, and just have it finish left, hopefully skip up the hill. It's hard to get up there for a birdie putt, but as long as I do this correctly, I'll pretty much consistently end up in circle 2. So we should have a birdie look if I hit this well, but let's see what we can do. I think that one's a little too overstable for that shot, so I didn't really get the forward push I needed. So we'll probably be like, it might still be in circle 2, but we're gonna be short rather than like pin high and to the right. So yeah, I hit it right, just a little too far left, a little short, but if I do this well, we can get up there for an easy par. Biggest mistake I can't make is just throwing this too high and getting it to hit this tree. There we go. All right, guys, we're on hole 14. This one's a par 4, 608 feet. Basket's up there on top of the hill. Biggest thing to pay attention to, all tall grass is out of bounds. So main thing off the tee, we're just trying to throw a hyzer into the middle. And if I throw a really good shot, end up with good footing, I might be able to go for the basket, but odds are we're just gonna be playing this one for par. Ooh, that's wider than I meant to throw it, but okay, good. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna be able to go for the basket from there. That's probably gonna be like close to 350 to 400 from there. So just gonna probably throw the same disc on the same shot. Just try and get up and down for par. There we go. There we go. All right, guys, we're on hole 15. This one's a par 4, 700 feet. Basket is straight ahead, tucked into the tree line. Biggest thing to pay attention to is, once again, all tall grass is out of bounds. This one and 17 are like the last two holes that I'm really worried about, because I could take a really big number on them very easily. But the main thing I want to do off the tee is either be in the middle of the fairway, obviously, or be OB left. If I'm OB right, odds are I'm going to only be able to advance like 50 feet or have to re-tee. So, main thing is off the tee, we're just trying to go left as far as we can. We do have a left to right wind, so it's going to kind of keep us from getting a lot of movement from right to left, but we should be fine. Just got to make sure, don't pull it. We'll be fine. I didn't pull it, and that's OB left. That's fine. Unless it sticks. Oh, it didn't skip. That might have actually stuck. Okay, I saw it skip. Thank goodness. I had to hold my breath there for a little bit. Okay, so we put ourselves in really good position, probably less than 150 feet to the basket. Just got to be careful because there's OB just directly behind the basket, probably like 20 feet past, so not really going to come into play, but I do have to keep it in mind. Just nice little approach shot. Oh, so low. Oh, dadgummit. Got too scared of going long, so I went short. Good grief. I sent that way past the basket. Well, it's a little unfortunate, but like I said, that's one of the holes I'm planning on taking a big number on. And for it to be a double bogey is really not that bad. That's probably like what I've averaged on this hole. So, not too bad, but going to the next few holes, let's see, that puts me at 17 over, I believe. So, if we can par out, we can do it. But odds are I'm going to have to get a bogey somewhere just because of 17. But we'll see. Maybe not. All right, guys, we're on hole 16. This one's a par 4, 495 feet. Fairway goes straight for about 200 feet. Then it slowly bends left pretty much the whole way till near the end of the fairway. The fairway's just moving directly left. Off the tee, really got to throw something straight. If I get to land just right there, straight in front of us, that's a pretty good place to get up and down for a par. But if I want to get up there for a birdie, I'm going to have to try and push the corner, get around to the left. I don't really need to do that, but I don't really feel comfortable with just throwing that dead straight shot. So I'm going to try and take overstable fairway driver, just put it a little out to the right on a little bit of hyzer, and just see if we can get just push up there, get left. Because even if we are off to the left side, par is pretty much still in play. It's just going to be like pulling it too far right that's going to bring in some bogeys or double bogeys. Yep, that's fine. We can get up and down from a par from there. Okay, so we're going to get kind of aggressive on this shot. I'm going to take a fairway driver. I know that'll flip a little bit, but won't flip up to flat. And just try and push through this gap, have that flip to where it'll just kind of drag left the whole way. I don't think I can get up there for a putt, but that'll get us up there to where we have a pretty easy up and down for par. So just got to make sure I hit this angle right. We'll be fine. Okay, this should be interesting, to say the least. Oh yeah, there we go. Dang it. Well, now we got to get a birdie. Whew. All right, guys, we're on hole 17. This one's a par 5, 933 feet. Fairway goes straight for about 350, 400 feet. Then it bends to the right, it goes that way for another 350 feet. Then it bends back to the left where it goes that way for about 250 feet, give or take. Probably wrong on those numbers, but you get the idea. Once again, all tall grass is out of bounds. So luckily this one's got a much wider fairway than the last holes we played that have had tall grass out of bounds. But this is a hole that can equal a very big number. This is actually the hole I've taken the biggest number ever on. I took a 13 on this hole. That video's in the playlist if you want to go watch that. But I need to get a little aggressive if I want to get the birdie, because I do like my chances of getting a birdie on this hole. Main thing's going to be though just the tee shot, because as you can tell, or I don't know if you can really tell on camera or not, but this tree on the right pretty much blocks any like right to left moving shot unless I want to go through this gap off to the right, which not doing that. So off the tee I really want to throw a shot that's going to move from left to right and just kind of push straight. Just got to give it a little bit of extra height so I can get up there. If we throw two good shots, I can get up and down for a birdie, and it'll be really sick because I don't want to have to go for a birdie on 18. Sit down. All right, we're right in front of the short tee pad, which I have eagled before, so we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I was wrong. We're a little short of the short tee pad, but from here, you got to be careful because the fairway slopes from right to left, and we've got a slight right to left wind. So, like I said, I'm not throwing forehands. So we're gonna go backhand, just trying to go with something really overstable, and just kind of not really hug the OB on the right side, but just kind of, you know, like cut the grass on the edge of the OB more than anything else. Okay, as long as that didn't roll, I think we'll be fine. I don't know about getting up and down for birdie from there. I'd have to get pretty aggressive, but we'll see. Okay, so we're in a pretty good spot, got good footing. Only bad part is if I wanted to go for a birdie, the play I've done, or at least the play that I've had the most success with, is going over these trees on the left with something understable that'll kind of drift right and then flatten out. Problem is we've got a tailwind and I'm too close to the left side to really go for that because I'd have to throw the disc nose up from here. So I'm gonna go with the same disc I would throw in that shot, but out to the right on some hyzer. Just try and give it a good amount of height because the main miss on this one's gonna be going straight. I need to have this just in, like, get past this tree on the corner and then start moving left immediately. And that wind's gonna help us with that. So we're gonna try that. See what happens. I like it. Oh no. Well, okay. It still pushed straight once it got through that tree, so I think we're still in bounds. We'll have to see. Okay, so luckily we're still in bounds. I would have been curious to see how well that shot would have worked if I didn't hit that branch. But I don't know if we still probably would have got to like the edge of the mound or something like that at best. So still got to look for it. Probably edge of circle 2, maybe just outside of it. It's a runnable putt. Let's go ahead and get it. Fade, fade. Ooh, almost. All right, got a birdie the last hole. All right, guys, we're on hole 18, final hole of the video. This one's a par 3, 445 feet, just dead straight ahead on the other side of this pond. To get across, it's gonna require pretty much a max distance shot for me. Luckily, it seems like we don't really have any wind to worry about, so just gonna have to hit it hard, commit to the shot. We should be able to at least get across, hopefully get a par at worst, but let's get the birdie. Oh, let's go! Let's go! Yes! Yes! Let's go. All right, guys, that finished up our round out here, and we actually did it. Pretty much at no point during this back nine did I really think this was going to be the round where we did it, but I was able to stay pretty much clean throughout the entire round aside from those 2 double bogeys. I'd say the reason I took that double bogey on 12 is because I tried a disc on that hole that I haven't thrown before, and so I just didn't really have the confidence in that shot and just kind of blew up from there on that hole. And then 15 was just small mistakes, and like I've said, that hole will take any small mistake you make and make it into really big ones. So I'm not too surprised at a double bogey on that hole, but this is probably one of my more interesting attempts though, especially looking at like what I was talking about in the front nine, where I only took a bogey on, yeah, 1 hole in the back nine, 1 hole in the front nine. Everything else was either double bogey or worse, or par or better. And so it's interesting to see that, because if I turn those double bogeys into pars or bogeys, I mean, I could shoot way under 17 over. And that's part of the reason why I like coming out here to play this course, because not only does it show me my weaknesses, but it also shows me my strengths. It shows me that, like, if I slow down, take my time, and am able to just play consistent golf out here, I could shoot way under 17 over and get down to probably even single digits if I put together a really good round. But since I was able to get to 17 over, I'm going to be giving away the Halo Draco and the Ricky Wysocki signed Glow Rock X3, I think. Yeah, Glow Rock X3. And if you want to get into that giveaway, I need y'all to go down, like, subscribe, and then tell me in the comments what type of video series like this would you want to see from me next. The one I have in mind at the moment would be playing the blue tees until I shoot under par, so 1 under or better out here. So if you like that idea, please let me know, but I'm open to any suggestions y'all have. And if any of y'all know a good way to ship that Ricky Wysocki signed disc without smudging the ink or anything like that, or if you know if it'll just be fine if I put in like a plastic bag or something, and tell me in the comments, I'll count that as an extra entry. So thank you so much for watching and giving me all the support on this series. Looking forward to trying some more series like this. And please like and subscribe, and y'all have a good one.